So today's topic was to be at ease. And with so much of stuff in the military going on and Veterans Day coming up, I just feel that there is so much tension and so much stress for soldiers all around the world.
True.
But it isn't just them. When you say being at ease, it's all of us. It's all of us. We show up to the moment completely tied to the story, the drama that's playing out. We believe so much that that drama affects us, that we are part of it, whatever that drama may be. And if you're like me and I don't pay much attention to current news, I don't know what's happening in the world. I don't like to get dragged in to things that make me upset. I work very hard to be at ease, to be relaxed, to be easy. I tell myself about 1,000 times a day that happiness is my birthright. I tell myself this all the time. If I did not meditate, if I didn't do the breathing, if I didn't do these classes, I would be a miserable person to be around. Because I'm always wondering what people are expecting from me. And there are times that I feel I'm held to higher standards. I'm not allowed to lament. I'm not allowed to complain. I'm not allowed to criticize. I'm not allowed to say that my back is hurting or my head is hurting or my leg is hurting, because I'm supposed to think that, I'm the teacher, right? I'm held to higher standards. And you always try to get back, because the tendency to complain, the tendency to be tense, is something you have taught yourself to do. Now, I remember this used to be like when we were kids, growing up with the teacher. As soon as the teacher came in, there must be a tightness in the body. I don't know if y'all were ever worried about. We had very strict teachers, and we were wrapped on our hands and wrapped on our knuckles and all of that. So I mean, it's not like that now. When the teacher, that comes into a class, she's the one that's tense, right? Because it's the kids are doing things to them, right? And kids are holding them to higher standards. It's very different. Things have changed a lot. We have an idea of how we need to show up in this world. We have an idea of how we're supposed to dress, how we're supposed to look. And that translates into every area of our life. We're never normal, we're never natural. Now, whenever I have to talk on any topic and I have to go from something I've written, I never do it properly. I never do it properly because I'm thinking too much. When you are at ease, you are completely comfortable. And this is what you have to do for yourself. And it's not always possible at work. I get that. I get that at work you have to show up as a certain person. You have to constantly be performing. You have to constantly show yourself to be something. And this is difficult. Recognize it. And from time to time, get back to that center, take a deep breath and let it all go. This is why the breathing is so important. So important. I've taught breathing workshops up to last year, but from now on it's going to be available on Warrior Flow, which is a school where I've kind of given them the entire breathing workshop, 21 videos of it. And you can learn how to do the breathing, join that workshop, do the breathing. It's online at your own pace. It's going to come up by next year sometime. So breath work, breathing is what gets you to the moment. It's when you suddenly realize that, oh my God, my body, my shoulders are tense. Let me let it go. We half the time don't even realize we are tense until that person leaves the house and goes home. Like, oh my God, this was such a difficult evening for me. I had to say so many things that I didn't want to say, you know. It was hard. This was really, really hard. And culturally, it's it's very different. When in the 60s and 70s, a lot of the Indians moved to America. It was, they tried to make their children as American as possible. Oh, you must, wear American clothes, think like Americans, celebrate Christmas, celebrate Hanukkah, celebrate Thanksgiving, do all of that. And to a large extent, they felt that they shouldn't appear to be following their religion. Appear to be, because it was a source of shame. And for many years, I used to run something called Bal Vihar, where the young people would send their kids to me, and I would teach them a little bit of scripture and a little bit of mythology, yoga, all of that. And kids would tell me this, that, it's so important to fit in that they become tense around their friends. That desire, they're not at ease, they're not comfortable. It takes a lot. It takes a lot before that feeling goes away and they get into college, find a group, find a groove, find a partner who has gone through the same thing. And then it feels okay. Kids go through a lot. Immigrant children go through a lot trying to fit into this country, to this culture, to this place. And you know what? No matter what you do, you can never really fit in. You can never really fit in. You'll always be a foreigner. Even when we went to Mexico and Argentina and all those places, and people were loving and wonderful, but I was still the Hindu lady, right? I was the Hindu. Whatever it is, I'm always going to be that person, right? The one that's not local. And there's always the need to show up and be a certain person. Sometimes that doesn't feel natural. My daughter would tell me at the end of the day, she's like, Mom, I'm dying to talk to somebody in an Indian accent. I'm tired of putting on this American accent. She thought that she had to put it on. For a long time she did. And the stress starts at that age. Is what I'm trying to tell you, is that at every stage in our life, as long as we try to be like all the others, as long as we try to fit into everything, there's going to be that tension. You're not going to be at ease with yourself. But we can always find a space to retreat, to get back, to come back to center, to be at peace. We look, if you notice, that I used to find it very strange that even the children found friends who were very much like them. Very much like them. Or my kid had a friend from every nationality. And it struck me that they don't fit in with these regular kids. They don't fit in with the white kids, the Jewish kids, the black kids. And they formed their own little group, one Colombian, one Peruvian, one Egyptian, one Indian, right? All the misfits, the ones that don't fit, that are not at ease with the others. They've come together. And we do that. We look for people that are of our own mindset. We want to be around someone where their view on life and our view on life is similar, because then we can just relax. Yeah. We can just be a little bit at ease. Yeah, we can eat with our hands, or with a knife and fork, as the case may be. You won't feel out of place. Now you go to India and you're eating with a knife and fork, you're going to feel a little bit out of place. It's very cultural. It's very cultural. When you go into a new culture, there is always that little area where you feel like you have to perform. And that brings me to another topic altogether. We're always performing. We are always performing. We are always saying and doing things that everyone else wants to hear. Am I right? Or am I right? Everyone is trying to show up and trying to be what everyone else expects them to be. To be different, to be weird is scary, is not okay. Especially for kids and even into adulthood, right? We're always trying to fit in, trying to fit into our outer world. And this is really because nobody has developed this technique of retreating into yourself, into a space where it's all okay. Everything is fine. It's non-judgmental. Nobody is telling you that, your meditation is better than my meditation, is better than their meditation. Nobody is saying that. When you meditate, when you get into that space of peace and quiet, it's completely non-judgmental. You don't have to be anything. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to please anybody. There's no agenda. And you're certainly not doing it so that I'm happy. Right? You do it for you, because this is one place that you can retreat to where everything is perfectly okay. And you don't find too many places like that in the world. You don't find too many activities like that in the world. It is getting better. But the level of stress that we are all facing through the day is unbelievable. People are supposed to be stressed only when there is danger. The tiger is attacking, the fire is breaking out, war is you're only supposed to be stressed at those times, right? But now you get stressed when you hear the ting of an email. Oh my God, now I have to do work. Now I can't sleep. Finish, my dinner party is gone. Now God knows what they want from me. Migration, egration, whatever they call it. All these computer thingies that you all do. There's constant tension. I met a girl, my friend's daughter. She is a lawyer, and a corporate lawyer, and she says she puts an alarm every hour at night. So she checks her email and then goes back to sleep.
Okay.
All night.
Oh my God.
She has to answer her emails immediately. Now that girl, that means no sleep. That's no sleep. And honestly, no money is worth that.
No.
It's if you don't get a good night's sleep, you don't show up relaxed. If you do the meditation every day, if you do the breathing every day, you wipe yesterday's problems clean. They get thrown out the window. You begin the day fresh. You arrive at your job without carrying the baggage from yesterday. You are able to relax when you're doing, at least for the first hour or so, hour or 2 hours. Then you might need to take that break, stare out of the window, take an aha moment, take a few deep breaths, go for a little walk. These are things you need to do. These are things you need to do in order to be present and in order to be relaxed while you are present. There is absolutely no value in being tense and overworked. And sometimes we have to physically remove ourselves from people that cause us tension and misery. That might be difficult to do. That might be your sister, your mother, your mother-in-law, your daughter-in-law. People that make you constantly tense. The tension can be so bad, you can actually develop physical pain. Your body tenses up so badly that in the presence of tension, the presence of a person has to walk into the room and you can just tense up in your neck. And you can just tense up in your belly. And you can just start getting, stomach issues. The body recognizes your tension. To be at ease for some part of the day is so, so important. To refresh yourself, to rejuvenate yourself, to understand, why am I doing all this? Why am I doing this? What is the point of me getting no sleep at night, hour after hour, answering emails? Am I achieving a higher purpose? Because you're going to look back and realize that, now you're old, you have all this money, but you don't have the health to go with it, to do all the things that you wanted to do. Things happen. And when you think that, I'll do it when I'm 60, I'll rest when I'm 60. That's when I'll pick up scripture. That's when I'll learn. But scripture is to teach you how to live. You need that when you're young, when you're living, right? You don't need that when you're old. Yeah. When you're old, you just need to rest. You're at ease, right? And then we have other things. And being uneasy, this is a habit. This is a habit we teach ourselves, because then when we have nothing to be uneasy about, then we're looking for things. We're looking for things that make us unhappy or uneasy because we're used to it. That is a state of mind. That is your permanent state of mind. I always feel uneasy. I'm never completely okay. A person who is completely okay has no objection to anything that happens. I don't mind. Let anything happen. Whatever happens, I'm okay with it. It's fine. It's all good. It's all okay. And if you don't object, even the nasty boss, the nasty sister, let them say what they have to say. Let them do what they have to do. I will still be at ease. I will still be in my place of calm, in my place of peace. I need to be that beacon of light. That beacon of light. I need to get back to that center again and again and again. Meditate, meditate, meditate. Om Namah Shivaya. Hey everyone, thanks for visiting my channel, and if you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to hit the red subscribe button and turn on notifications so I can continue to bring you more content just like this on knowledge, on meditation, and on insights for a happy life. Don't forget, happiness is your birthright.